Alright guys, welcome back to another sort of educational video. I haven't done one of these in a while, but yeah, I thought it was about time and it's something to talk about. And realistically, I want to get you thinking right now. You can go and test this yourself if you can say my theory is right, right? But end of the day, I strongly believe in that concept, and it's about the RSI. So if you can tell by the title, and I know, right, so I try use RSI for strength and trends, right? Whereas a lot of people would use RSI for counter trend moves, which is fine because, you know, that's fine as well. You can use it for both. It just depends how you want to approach things. And I would use it for both as well, right? So I would, in counter trend scenarios, if RSI is overbought or oversold, you know, I prefer that a little bit. However, there is a few instances which I don't, and what I'm gonna do for you now is I'm gonna draw out a pretend RSI rather than actually bringing up. Actually, I can do that. Give me a sec. What's a random pair? CAD Swiss, is that even a thing? Right, so one I haven't drawn on. Yeah, I haven't drawn on it. So let's see if we can. How do we maximize this? Right, so I'm doing this right in front of you, and here we got the RSI. Now it doesn't really matter what period and what filters you use. As you see, it's you know, for me it's 7 and then 80 and 20, but it doesn't really matter. It's the concept behind it, right? So you can split up RSI into thirds, so the 33.33, the 50 somewhere here. Hurry up. It doesn't really matter, not for this lesson at least. And obviously this is 66.7, so you can do that as well with it. However, what I wanted to talk about really is using RSI in your counter trend moves. Now, let me just get rid of this. Right, so imagine, let me start drawing. Ugh. Come on. All right, cool. So imagine we've got this going on, right? We've got this trend or whatever, cool, and then we eventually come up to this level of resistance. And typically, quite a few people would tend to short at this as a counter trend move, right? Great. And I would as well. So, you know, it's fine by me. However, you know, a lot of people would, that I know at least, would require RSI to be overbought in this situation. In order to trigger, you could say that, you know, they need a double top with RSI overbought and divergence. You know, they think it's a conservative method. Great. You know, RSI overbought could be a decent indication that, you know, we might see some relief, even though it does indicate strength. And, you know, on the flip side, if we was to come down to this support level, right, some people might be looking for RSI oversold. However, what they didn't really take into a factor is the move and the strength of the move they're trying to catch. And this is the lesson that I wanted to sort of put forward to you. I've seen it, I've noticed it a lot of times during my trading, right? And I remember my thought process beforehand, before you could say I made myself well, I started noticing it a lot. But, you know, RSI here, right, let's say, where's the text box, right? When we come up to this level, RSI would go up into the 94s, right? I know it's really high, right? Really overbought. And a lot of you would be thinking, oh my god, RSI is so overbought, you know, it has to go down. It's great, you know, it's massively overbought. However, as well as that, you don't realize that that is massive strength to the upside. So I just want to ask you a quick question, right? So imagine you're standing still and just an average person, average guy comes and pushes you, right? Well, if you push him back, he's probably going to bounce off you a fair amount, right? If you was to push him back proper. Right, now picture the same scenario, but a sumo wrestler coming into you, right? You're going to try and push him back, but you're not going to push him anywhere near as far back as you could, or you did the other person. And take this principle and apply it to the RSI. So if you was to look at this would be your, you can say RSI results or 82, for example, right? So this would be your average man, you can say, that you're pushing back, the red line, or the red writing, and then the white one would be your sumo wrestler. So if we was to get relief off this level, right, which one do you think would actually push lower or, you know, further off this level? And in my opinion, right, that is clearly going to be the red one, right? And I'll paint this red, and simply because there is not as much strength on this move, so it's easier to push them back, right? Whereas you would actually see RSI over, you know, this one, right? This case scenario, sorry, let me just draw it, can't do multitasking, right? When RSI is so strong, typically it's a strong move, and in strong trends, we know that, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean the trend will continue, but in strong trends, typically we get shallower pullbacks. So you can expect a shallower pullback. So for you to be taking this white move, right, and I say white move as in a white scenario when RSI is at 94, right, to be looking at all the way, you know, retest of all the way with these lows, or even here, for me, it's quite extreme. Whereas with the 82, I feel you would be more comfortable taking it, and I feel you'll have a better success rate. Now, you might be asking, have you got data to prove this? I don't, right? I'm straight up honest with you. I don't. I've noticed it a lot. I'm only tracking it. I've only got around 10 trades of data, so that's just to do with my account trend live trading. That's all I'm tracking. I'm not really going and back testing this. But it's the principle that I've seen for a long time now. And like I said before, I used to be just like you, potentially, you know, months and months and months ago, where I was there like, oh, RSI is massively overbought, right? You see here, or oversold. So you see here on this RSI situation, RSI is at 2. So that's the equivalent of this being 98. So I want to see, this is going to prove me wrong, innit, when we go into the price chart. Alright, here we go. Well, simple as, right? So here, right, here's your support level, right? Maybe you're looking at this as a buying opportunity. You see massive strength to the downside. Did we get a decent run off this? Probably, oh, for fuck's sake. Right, but you get what I'm saying. I mean, we went overbought here, and then we eventually slowed down. So it's not the best of examples. I'm trying to salvage myself a case, but this doesn't even continue. That's from today. So, but you get what I'm trying to say. Typically, in general, in my opinion, and from my experience, looking at this, the white moves will be shorter, right? And then this would most of the time retest. I mean, if you are looking for a retest, at least, and this would retest if it was to retest with, you know, obviously a weaker move. So I'll just keep an eye out for that. And like I said, keep in mind that RSI signals strength. It doesn't say sell, 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 because, or buy, buy, buy as soon as it goes overbought, because you'll be selling every single time. Where was the chart again? Right, you see RSI overbought here. Right, if you're selling, right, you're selling here. We'll just do a risk reward box quickly. One sell, right? RSI overbought here as well. You're doing a second sell. But where's the trend actually going? The trend's going up, because that all of this indicates is strength. So next one, you got the third sell here somewhere, right? So you see, it's not necessarily, you know, RSI is overbought, it has to go down. Look at the reliefs on these things, right? Barely any minimum reliefs. We're looking at, you know, just like 2 or 3 red candles max. You see here, we pick up momentum, even more overbought, oversold, and or overbought, sorry, in this case. We don't relief here, right? So just keep in mind, right, that selling at every opportunity that RSI is overbought, or buying at every opportunity that RSI is oversold, it's not going to work. It's not going to work, because it's an indication of strength, right? Look at this. You're going to buy up here, right? Look what happens. I mean, obviously you could be like, oh, it's a small sample size. We're just giving you 6 trades, all losers. RSI overbought here, buy, right? RSI overbought here, all right? Where is it? Buy. Again, a lot of people are like, oh, you're not waiting for the hook. For these ones, the hook, you know what I mean by the hook, is coming out of the RSI oversold bit, or overbought, so into the normal range, right? We're talking a few candles later, you're still lost. This one, you're waiting for the hook, you lost. This one, you're waiting for the hook, you lost. This one, you're waiting for the hook. Here, you could have won, all right, on this one. So I'll give you that, and obviously there's divergence in there, but you see that RSI does not necessarily mean overbought, you know, a weakness coming. It means strength. So I just wanted to get that implanted in your head, and just keep an eye out for that counter trend scenario, because for me it's something that, like I said, I've noticed. Is there any extremes? Right, you see here, oversold or overbought. Sorry, can't speak. I don't. Here we go. What's this RSI here? 91. Alright, here's a nice example, right? So here, this is a decent resistance level where you might be looking to sell. Great. Now you see what RSI is here, right? What's on this swing? And I said 91 here, but if you look at it, this swing is the equivalent of somewhere in here. So that's the massive strength. So when you actually come into this level, not only do we have divergence, which is a nice indication of starting to weaken, but RSI is only 85, right? Compared that to 91. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. In my opinion, again here we got look at this. All right, this is gonna prove my point so much better. And now you can say, oh, this is a double top. It wouldn't be a double top for me. It'd be a retest. It's a bit different, but you know, we come into this level overbought. Oh yeah, overbought. We got this little bit of a pullback. We come in this level again, right? Same resistance level. Obviously, it's a little bit of a different scenario because now we're retesting and it is what it is. But we don't have RSI overbought, which means we're not even that strong. And look at the rally we are getting here, right? Much bigger rally to the downside. So yeah, I managed to pull this one back somehow. I never really planned it. I just do these videos on the go, just to show you the real authenticity out there. But yeah, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed, and if you did, if you find it valuable, I've got many other lessons like this. You can just click on this playlist. You can click on my podcast, The Real Forex Journey. I share everything there. So psychology, random tips about, you could say, testing, strategy development, RSI even. So various things out there as well. And you just get the full transparency, nothing else. So yeah, hope you enjoyed as always. Like I said, if you did, like, subscribe, comment, check out the podcast, check out the other educational videos in the playlist, and all the other videos I've got if you want. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and in a bit.